Welcome. This is a beautiful, momentous occasion. Today marks an important day for the students, for the staff of Tel Aviv University, for the professors, the president, the vice president, Udi, and also for myself. So, you guys are the very, very first group I've ever seen through from start to finish. Some of you I met at open houses when you were just thinking of applying, or I gave you campus tours to you or your parents. I met you in the office. I showed you what a wonderful place this faculty was. And here you are, accomplished with bright, smiling faces, graduating, and it's beautiful. The culmination of your experience at Tau will never be forgotten, not by you or by us sitting here with you today, as we sat 4 years ago at orientation and welcomed you with open arms. Now, we are sitting here nicely asking you to leave. No, we are bathing in the excitement of the future with you, and we are so, so proud. Engineering, especially at Tel Aviv University, is not to be taken lightly. You started as a group of 35, and you are now 19 graduates. I remember seeing some of you before or after exams stressed and wondering if you had passed, or talking about scholarships, politics, religion, marriage, what happens in life after graduation, the stress of finding an advisor for the MSc, or a professor who would work with you in a laboratory. You are the first at everything. You helped us build. You are the pioneers, and the first to show us what power an international community can have on a university. Now that I've reflected and talked about how much you moved me, we're going to talk about you a little bit. Vinay Bose from India is completing a direct track MSc at Tau. Zach Davidson from the USA is completing his degree in the fall, but he has a business mind, having created his own startup already. Mingye Gong from China is going to complete his MSc at Lund University in Sweden. Andrew Gorlick from the USA, one of our first graduates, is completing his MBA in less than 2 weeks. Simcha Hirschman from the USA is finishing rabbinical studies in less than 6 months, so he'll have a dual degree. Akash Jog from India is officially starting his MSc in October, but it didn't stop him from already taking half the MSc courses that he needed to. Jeffrey Yisrael Kalker from the USA, an almost father of 3, is now working for ELTA. Roy Confino from Turkey has decided to stay in Israel and focus on high tech. Dai Lu from China has applied to Tau for the MSc and is currently debating between Israel and Germany. Shikun Liu from China has applied to Tau and Technion for the MSc and is currently debating between Israel and Germany. Sumit Londe from India is completing a direct track MSc at Tau. Liang Ma from China will start his MSc at Columbia in the fall. Milind Matai from India has decided to stay in Israel as well and focus on high tech. Both Milind and Roy are doing the unthinkable as internationals, and we really applaud them. Jacob Rappaport, Kobe, from the USA is completing his degree in the fall. Shiv Prasad Shivratri from India is completing a direct track MSc at Tau. Mert Vasit from Turkey will go on to the Israeli army. Let's give them all a round of applause for their dedication. I'd like to take some time to say a warm thank you to some important individuals. Mrs. Ayelet Shaham, director of the BA, and my partner in crime. We always promote activities together and try to make sure our students spend time together, the 2 undergraduate international programs. Thank you for working with us so passionately. Mrs. Maureen Meyer Adiri, what can I say to you, Maureen, that anyone here doesn't already know? Your office and your team have been such an important part of the success of this program. On behalf of our team, we thank you. Mrs. Varda Bodvinik, you are our savior. And let me tell you, the reason you are all getting diplomas today is because of that one woman right there. Mrs. Plina Efrati, who has always been a huge supporter of our program and a huge supporter of us. And last but not least, and I will try not to cry when I say this, to a person whom without his guidance and academic prowess, we wouldn't be here today. He created the curriculum for our students. He spoke to them when they weren't sure that engineering was their future. He guided them. There is no Jennifer without Udi. There is no program without Udi. Your dedication is admired. gentlemen, as today we reflect on the last 4 years, we look ahead to the future and what it holds. And all I can see from all of you guys is that it holds success. I am in awe of your perseverance. There cannot be more words that I can say today to tell you how incredibly proud I am, as we all are, of you. Remember, you always have a home here at Tel Aviv University and the Faculty of Engineering. And remember what I said to you 4 years ago when I met you at orientation. You are my student for life. With no... With no further ado, I would like to ask Professor Joseph Klafter, President of Tel Aviv University, to say a few words. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. Professor Ra'anan Rand, Vice President of Tel Aviv University, Professor Ehud Hayman Udi, the head of the International Program in Electrical Engineering, academic colleagues, dear graduates, family, parents, of course, and guests. I'm really delighted to open this inaugural graduation ceremony of this program. You are actually at the vanguard for what is a pioneer program for Tel Aviv University and Israel. You are actually the founding students of the program. Now, the genesis of the program. The program was created in 2012, and the first class started in 2013. I remember the discussions, debates, and long planning of this program, which was one of two international programs we introduced here at Tel Aviv University. All the discussions were actually in my office. I took personally upon myself to start these two English-speaking degrees, one in liberal arts and one in electrical engineering. And the idea was to bring together, to synergize two things. First of all, our vision on going more global. And the other one is, what is the unique Israeli ecosystem? In what way we can really combine it with this going global? Going global is things that universities are usually doing, university, exchange of researchers, exchange of students. But you have to remember, Israel is a Hebrew-speaking country. And in order to introduce an English-speaking program, we have really to create the right ecosystem and environment in order to really cater for students who are not Israeli. Now, you can really have a choice in many countries, many possibilities to study this subject or another. And the question is, how do we create something which is not just another program? So I believe that taking electrical engineering at Tel Aviv University is really something which is different. I think that the Israeli ecosystem is different, and we add something here which I think only if you are here and experience it, I think you can understand the Israeli audacity, the Israeli boldness, not being afraid of asking questions, and this is the thing what creates what we know now as Israel is known as a startup nation. And I think that this is some I would say, benefits you will take with you to life. Now, I mentioned going global. Going global is, of course, bringing here as many students from abroad in order to expose our students to different views, different cultures, different way of thinking. Not all the wisdom is in one place. And of course, exposing you, students from abroad, again, to what Israel really is. And I think that the choice of Tel Aviv University is an excellent choice, not because I'm the president, This is because Tel Aviv University is not only the largest university in Israel, it's not only the most comprehensive university in Israel, but Tel Aviv University is also located in the Israeli Silicon Valley, which is the Tel Aviv area, with all the possibilities of interacting with Israeli startups during the studies and probably also after these studies. Now, beyond this, I would say that, when somebody is looking for an institution in order to get a degree, you look at the success rate of graduates. Since this is one of the first graduation, this is the first graduation ceremony, but this is the second cohort, actually. Let me tell you about our graduates that now you are I would say, part of this alumni body. Our graduates are ranked ninth in the world, not for the first year, not for the second year, not for the third year. They are ninth in the world for graduates who became successful company founders. Number 9 in graduates who managed to create startups and raise venture capital for the startups. And this is the only university outside the United States. So from this point of view, you now belong to a very, I would say, prestigious group. We also are ranked 8th in the world in establishing unicorns. So small Israel, small Tel Aviv University, and now you're part of it, really shines in the world when it comes to graduates that are successful, and many of them, of course, came from electrical engineering. In order to increase or in order to expand the DNA or the spirit of innovation on campus, we recently established here what we call Tau Ventures, which is a hub or an accelerator for students, not for faculty members. Those students who have ideas, they have now an address, not only an address for mentorship, but the university managed to get investors in order to help the students by funding or investing in their ideas. So beyond getting the right education, this is also a mecca, I would say, could be a mecca for students who come here, have a vision to create something in the future, and we really come and help in this direction. Now I must tell you that the ideas that students have are usually very early stage ideas, not easy to get funding for. But once we announce that Tel Aviv University has this hub, Tau Ventures, we had really a stream of investors who came and offered already to invest. So from all this point of view, I would say you are at the right place, good choice. And what I can say is just wish you all the best in the future. I hope that this is the beginning of a friendship between you graduates and Tel Aviv University. And when you kind of distribute in the world, we will be still here. And we hope that we will always be a major place in your network. So thank you very much.
days like these, who could ask for more? Keep them coming, cause we're not done yet. These are the days we won't regret, and these are the days we won't forget. And these are the days we've been waiting for. Rattle the cage has slammed that door, and the world is calling us, but not just yet. These are the days we won't regret, and these are the days we won't forget. Out on the midnight, the wild ones home. The last of the lost boys have thrown in the door. We used to believe we were stars aligned, and you made a wish and I fell out of time. To cut through all over town, you made me breathe. When I look up and you're not around, but I'm in pieces. Pick me up and put me together. Oh, these are the days we've been waiting for. On days like this, who could ask for more? Keep them coming, cause we're not done yet. These are the days we won't regret, and these are the days we won't forget. And these are the days we've been waiting for. Neither of us knows what's in store. You just roll your window down and place your bed. These are the days we won't regret. These are the days we'll never forget. And these are the days. These are the days. And these are the days. These are the days.
I can say the names now. We have Mr. Roy Reshef from year 3. Miss Nikila Sankar from year 1. We will have Mr. Milind Matai from year 4. Also Miss Dailu Nia from year 4. And Miss Ria Thomas from year 2. With no further ado, I would like to introduce Professor Ehud Ayman, who is the academic head of our program.
Well, I lost some pages, so I'll start with the computer. Distinguished guests and dear graduates, you did it. Good. You completed an intense, difficult, demanding 4 years of studies, and today finally marked a holiday for you and also for us. I joined the faculty and the distinguished guests in giving a warm welcome to the graduate of the class of 2018. Let us start by noting that this year the School of Electrical Engineering has granted the 270 bachelor degrees, 90 master degrees, and 20 doctoral degrees. The large number of students studying for advanced degrees attest to the scientific quality of the faculty. Our graduate programs are the largest in Israel. Our graduates are wanted by leading high-tech companies, and many are serving today as scientists and professors in the best universities in Israel and abroad. Another facet of the excellence emerged from reports of the international evaluation committees established by the Council of Higher Education in Israel that have identified our EE school, together with the technical university, as the leading schools in Israel, equivalent to those at the world leading universities. Know, however, that our studies are, that your studies are not yet over. To stand at the forefront of technological development, you will need professional intellectual vigilance. This is a source of innovation and creativity and the foundation on which the Israeli startup culture is built, as President Klafter explained. I hoped that you will be able to transcend the daily workload and continue to develop your professional knowledge on the academic foundation you created here. I am glad that some of you have already chosen to continue for master's studies at our faculty. Faculty scientists and researchers are happy to continue to cooperate and consult with you and maintain academic and professional contacts. The faculty is proud of its special and ongoing relationship with its graduates through its alumni club. The club holds weekly meetings in social setting and in professional forums. It serves not only as a link between the faculty and its graduates, but also and mainly as a platform for nurturing professional networking, which is an important ingredient in the professional career. So I hope you maintain close contacts with your peer in this program and with the Israelis that you met and with the faculty, and be proud alumni of Tel Aviv University. As I'd like to take some time to thank members who made this degree program such a success. Warm thanks are due to President and Professor Joseph Klafter, a man with a mind in the future who understood the need to open the university to international students, undergraduate students, and then initiated this program and helped bringing it to its fruition. Thank you. Thank you, Vice President Professor Anan Rein, Dean of Engineering Yossi Rosenwachs, and the Faculty Administrative Director, Mrs. Plina Efrati, whose dedication to our program knew no bounds. Dean Rosenwachs is abroad now and could not attend this event. He sent his warmest wishes and asked me to tell you how proud he is of you. Thanks to Professor Tony Weiss, who was the founding head of the program, and he created actually his academic structure. We owe him a depth of gratitude for his wisdom and efforts. Thanks to Professor Yossi Shacham. There are no words to describe the kindness with which he approached our students, the dedication and passion he puts into giving our students extra attention and time in the lab, his volunteering to travel abroad and meet prospective students, and his never-ending support. Thank you, Yossi. Many of you know him. I know that many have continued working with him and enjoying working with him. So thank you, Yossi. He's not here, but I'd like to thank him. I take the time to remember Mr. Avi Efrati, who created the VLSI course and lab and started teaching you. Avi's sad passing left a mark on our program and our hearts. We remember him warmly and we'll always remember the commitment he put into his course. Huge thanks to the other professors, teaching assistants, graders, and lab instructors. Many of you are here today. They will be they all have part in shaping the program. And special thanks to student secretariat, actually, and of the faculty, headed by Mrs. Varda Butvinik. Thank you, Varda. And actually to the entire administrative staff of the faculty, who is always there to create the proper working condition for us. Thank you, very warm thank you to the Office of Tau International, including its head, Mrs. Maureen Meyer, Adiri, who is here today with her daughter, lovely daughter, she's 6 years old. We thank her and her team for their effort in shaping our program and helping our students. We thank the madrichim, the counselors, who have been there 24/7 for our students over the last 4 years. More and foremost, I'd like to thank the program administrative team who served you daily with dedication and warmth. Some have moved to other positions, but I'd like to mention them all. Daniel Nisinyan, the program director in the first year, Mrs. Ariela Regev, Natasha Guetta, Sharon Spivak, and Ronit Chatzor. Special thanks to the program director, Mrs. Jennifer Gottlieb. Jennifer considers you, students, almost as her children, in addition to her two babies which were born during the course of your studies. Jennifer, there are no words to express how much we owe you, the students, the faculty, the university, and me personally. You hear the cheers. The gratitude. Thank you all. Now, there is saying in the Talmud, the primary source of Jewish religious law and theology, which says, Moreh tov u'moreh l'chaim, a good teacher is a teacher for life. Notice the word teacher rather than lecturer. In the course of your studies, you have been exposed to dozens of lectures, and I want to believe that you were fortunate enough to come into contact with teachers who succeeded beyond the course material to influence and shape your personality and your path in life. This is what it means when we say to teach is to touch someone's life, or a teacher is a teacher for life. So I allow myself to speak on behalf of parents and proud family members, on behalf of the Faculty of Engineering, to wish you success in all your endeavor and wherever you choose to turn in your life. Your success is our success. You are the key to our future as a society, and you are our pride. Thank you very much.
Check. Check. I had a dream so big and loud, I jumped so high, I touched the clouds. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I stretched my hands out to the sky, we danced with monsters through the night. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm never gonna give up, no, I'm never gonna look back. Whoa, please don't wake me now. Ooh, this is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. Ooh, this is gonna be the best day of my life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. Outside my window, I feel it in my soul. The stars were burning so bright, the sun was out till midnight. I see we lose control. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life.
Let's give Roy another round of applause for that guitar there. And now I'd like to introduce Mr. Vinay Bose, who is the valedictorian of the class, to come and say a few words to you.
1 second. Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. Good evening, distinguished faculty, families, and my fellow graduates. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of class of 2018. I think at this point, everyone will agree that nothing makes an engineer more productive than the last minute. Just 2 days ago, I was sitting in the Central Library writing this speech, and I haven't finished it yet. This was one of the toughest assignments I've ever had. I'd like to thank Kripa, who helped me writing this speech. Yeah. Okay, so let me start this with a question. Class, what's your status? I wish Marco would be here now. So, yeah. We miss you, Marco. I can't believe our time at Tao has almost come to an end. We're finally graduating, guys. Yes, Sumit, we are. Remember the first time you stepped into Dokna 101? Our first class with Professor Yuval Choit and those 6-hour-long physics classes with Professor Eris. We came a long way. We started with solving simple differential and integral problems, and we went on to do layouts in VLSI. It's really been quite a journey. We made it, class, we made it. We made it through 4 years, 45 subjects, 8 semesters, and countless number of homework assignments. Homework assignments we wish we should have started weeks ago. Now, as we reflect upon our formative college experiences, there have been times when our failures let us down, times when our failures erased our self-confidence, and when we felt like we had not done enough, times when we didn't make it through that Mohid Aleph, or those 1 or 2 classes that made us feel like complete idiots. And yet, here we are. We bounced back. We started studying way ahead of time for that Mohid Beth. Why did we do it? We do it to prove it to ourselves that we could overcome these hurdles. They say that a winner never quits and a quitter never wins. Well, we won, guys, and our presence today here validates that. Yes. Steve Jobs once said that design is not what it looks or feels like. Design is how it works. We learned the exact meaning of these words when, after weeks of analog circuits, Professor Ari Ruzin finally showed us that design of op-amp 741 that we've been using all semester. Honestly, I didn't understand a thing that day. Now, speaking of things that we did not understand, I'm sure everyone is aware of Mengi's billion questions that he had in the class. Also, raise your hands if you've ever used Akash's notes or formula sheets to pass that exam where no more than one page was allowed. I don't know how do you do it, man. Okay. Engineering has had us do some really weird things, like setting an alarm for that 14-minute nap, or binging that Game of Thrones seasons all night and waking up at 8:45 in the morning and still making it on time to that 9 a.m. class. Yes. On a more serious note, our experience at Tau has been top-notch. We are blessed to be a part of such a university. Over these 4 years, we have been taught under the guidance of world-class professors, and I've had the chance to forge some everlasting relationships. For the first time in my life, I had the chance to sit in a classroom that not only consisted of Indians, but also Chinese, Turkish, French, Greek, Finnish, and obviously the Americans. I have been lucky to share these 4 years with such a diversity of students, learning about different cultures, and more importantly, respecting these cultures. When we first walked into the campus, we were filled with all kinds of feelings: excitement, anxiety, curiosity, and fear. The initial stages saw us eat hummus and falafel every day for lunch and dinner. Then we had a phase when we finally mastered that art of cooking and organizing Shabbat dinners. Pro tip, always check if the oven is plugged in. And now after 4 years, we are back to hummus and falafel again. Speaking of other exciting things that happened, do you all know about Milan's experience with shoulders and Shiv fracturing his wrist? Milan popped his right shoulder out for the first time this year at Tel Aviv's mud run, but he wasn't done there yet. He went on 4 months later, he popped his left shoulder out again. I'm so proud of you guys for graduating in one piece. Now, behind every successful story, there's a great support system. I would like to thank the faculty and all the professors for their dedication, patience, tolerance to our stupid questions. Professor Udi, thanks for seeing us at the end of every year, reviewing our performance, and having faith in us. Special thanks to the international office, especially Jennifer. Who has been our mouthpiece, patiently listening to all our problems and going out of her way to help us. When we first joined this program, it was still new and developing, but this graduating class is a testimonial to the success of the program. On behalf of all the students, I would like to thank the parents who are present here today and also those of you who are watching us live. I love you, Mom. None of this would have been possible without the sacrifices you guys made for us. Thank you for those midnight phone calls that relieved us of our stress, for your care packages that remind us of our home, and for the tuition payments and those monthly expenses that kept us here at Tau. Over these 4 years, Tau has picked us up, broken us down, said sorry to us, put us back together, and then broken us again. Shaping and molding us to fit in right into today's challenging world. Today, we are not only obtaining a credential, but more importantly, we are obtaining a responsibility. The responsibility to improve this world with the skills bestowed upon us in and outside the class. As an electrical engineer, we all know that a resistor always has a potential drop across it. Okay, that's obvious. Luckily, we are not resistors. We can let no resistance drop our potential. Trust me. Trust me, if you can make it through that analog circuits class, you can any day overcome these resistances and challenges lying ahead of you. Now, before I close this, I would like to leave you with a few things. Firstly, don't accept the status quo. If you don't agree with it or don't believe in it, don't sit quiet. Speak up. Your thoughts and actions matter. If something is broken, fix it. It is your job as an engineer to do so and to leave this world behind better than it was handed over to you. Secondly, if you can dream it, you can do it. Always have a passion and be fearless in the pursuit of your dream. Lastly, we all know it's not going to be easy out there. But if there's one thing that we've learned over these 4 years at Tao, is that never give up. To put it in the words of Sir Winston Churchill, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Thank you. I love you guys. Please.
Hope that you take that jump, don't fear the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay.
Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. The only way you can know, you give it all you had. And I wish that I could witness all your joy until my moment comes. I'll say I did it all, and I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived.
Hope that you spend your days and they all add up. And when the sun goes down, hope you raise your cup.
Ooh, and I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say I did it all, and I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, where I live.
Whoa.
Every broken bone,
I swear I
with
live.
every broken bone.
I swear I live.
Everybody up! Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing grade. No worries for the rest of the day. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing grade.
fun, right? Let's give our singers a round of applause. Our singers, our guitarists. Thank you so much. Now is the time for you to get your diplomas. Finally! All right. You guys ready? In the front.
Whatever you tell us.
To wait here. They didn't. It worked hard for them. Okay. Are we ready? Vinay Bus. We did not think that through. You just walk right back to your seat. Thank you for my organization skills. Okay, Zachary Davidson. Mingye Gong.
Ask a question. Ask a question.
Andrew Gorlick. Simcha Hirschman.
Yeah?
Akash Jog. Jeffrey Israel Cocker. Roy Confino. Dailu. Shikun Liu. Sumit Londe. Liang Ma. Milind Matai. Kobe Rappaport. Shiv Prasad Shivratri. Mert Bassett. Okay, this marks the end of our ceremony, but before we finish, we need a really good picture of you guys throwing your hats in the air. So I'd like all of our new graduates to stand up, please. And I'd like you to get closer. And when I say the congratulations to your class, you throw your hat in the air and start screaming. Ready? Are all the family members ready? And the friends? Wait. Congratulations, class of 2018! I'm tired.